Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Larry Hogan and him turning his eyes towards the White House. Larry Hogan is the former governor of Maryland. He's a Republican. And he hasn't announced officially that he's seeking the nomination or that he's going to run for president or anything like that. But his actions suggest that he's definitely entertaining it. He's making it clear that he's interested in the position. Now, one thing that's important to note is that Hogan is a vocal critic of former President Trump. He's been very open about that. He's also one of the few people in the Republican establishment that's in a position to launch a bid to seek the nomination, and who is also in a position to attempt to bring the Republican Party back from the brink of everything that it's become, and return it to a normal right-wing party rather than a far-right authoritarian party. Over the last week, he's made some appearances, and a couple of things that he said I have found interesting, and then one thing he said I found incredibly insightful. So we're going to go over those real quick. The first is that he said that during the aftermath of the 2020 election, while Trump was making all of his claims, that GOP officials would talk to him in private and talk about how they didn't believe Trump, that they knew these claims were baseless, but then go out to the public and say the exact opposite, kind of echoing the allegations about what occurred over at Fox. That's interesting, because it shows that a lot of people within the Republican Party, they trust him. They confide in him. That may indicate that they would support him as opposed to Trump. The second thing that he said that I found interesting was that he made it clear that if he believed him running would increase the chances of Trump winning, meaning it would split the vote of those who would like to return to a normal conservative party, that he wouldn't run. Saying that publicly at this point in time indicates to me that there is maybe an organized effort within the Republican Party to ensure that Trump does not get the nomination. That there is a group of people who may all be interested in making their own runs or their own bids, but they've kind of decided that any of them would be better than Trump getting the nomination again. That is an interesting development and will probably cause some unique political dynamics down the road. And then the third thing, the thing that I found actually really insightful and kind of one of those things that I can't believe I didn't think of it, is about the loyalty pledge. The Republican Party, the establishment, is trying to get anybody who is seeking the nomination to pledge to support whoever wins the nomination. This is what he had to say about that. If they say you're not going to be on the debate stage, if you won't commit to support the nominee, then President Trump won't be on the debate stage. And I don't think anybody believes that's going to happen. He's right. He's absolutely right. The loyalty pledge is a farce. It's a farce. It's a show for the rank and file Republican voters that they have been tricking for so long. Trump is not going to support somebody who beats him. We know that. So the loyalty pledge isn't really designed to increase party unity or anything like that, or to get the candidates to agree to support each other. It's there to help Trump. It's there to keep candidates who won't agree to support him, like Hogan, off the stage, out of the running. Or, at the bare minimum, embarrass them and say, he's not a real Republican. He won't back the nominee no matter who they are. That indicates that there are people within the Republican establishment that still want Trump to come back and to win the nomination. And they're setting the stage to vilify anybody who stands in their way. So what it appears with the combination of these statements is that you have a group of Republicans who are organizing to make sure that Trump doesn't get the nomination. And you have a group of Republicans in the establishment of the Republican Party that still want him. And they're willing to use their positions to stack the deck against Republicans that actually have a chance of winning. It's a unique development, and it's a pretty sharp insight that I think's correct. I think he's right here. And as the primary season really starts to heat up, we're probably going to see this dynamic at play. And it might get really dirty. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.